Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Force here, and today we'll be checking out Company of Heroes 2. Now I want to start off this video just by saying I am not a Company of Heroes expert. In fact, I'm a huge noob, but what I plan to do in this video is just show you some gameplay from Company of Heroes 2, and if you're new to the franchise, provide you with some basic information, and by basic I mean really basic, because I don't know all of the units, I don't know high-level tactics, but I've got a fair understanding of this game, and as a fan of RTS games, I have to say I'm having a lot of fun with this title, and I'm really looking forward to diving into it, learning more about what the game is and what it has to offer, and also providing you with follow-up coverage to this video. So let's just start off though with the really basics. What is Company of Heroes 2? Well, this is the, of course, follow-up to Company of Heroes, and in many ways the game is what I would call a direct sequel. What that means is, in terms of the gameplay, it's nearly identical to the original. Now, not playing the original Company of Heroes myself, I don't say that from experience and knowledge, I say that just from my understanding and what I've read on the game. It's supposed to essentially be the same thing with new features and improvements. It certainly isn't exactly the same game, it's not a direct copy, but it plays the same. So if you played the first Company of Heroes, then you know how to play Company of Heroes 2, with the exception of maybe some of the new features, but that's basically it. So, having said that, and knowing that I did not play the original Company of Heroes, let's talk about some of the basics of the gameplay and the sort of different things that you're going to want to do. So starting off, we've got two sides here. We've got the Soviets, or the Russians, and we have the Germans, and those are basically the two armies, the two forces, if you will, within this game. Now, each of them have their different units, but from what I can tell, they're essentially... they've got the same sort of capabilities, just in different tiers. It's a game that really works in the sort of rock, paper, scissors type of gameplay, where there are counters to the different units that you have. So we've got like light infantry, and then we've got vehicles that would be good against that. We've got other infantry that counter other light infantry. We've got infantry that counter... oh boy, we've got an engagement going on over here, or rather they're taking a point. We've got infantry that counter vehicles and things of that nature. So yeah, it's a rock paper scissors style system. Now, what we do at the start of the game is we're trying to capture. There's a few different types of points. There are fuel points, and then there are victory points. Now, the fuel points are where you're going to want to go to gather resources. There are basically, I guess we'll say three resources. There are your manpower, which is ever increasing. That's nothing that you really have direct control over. It's increasing based on the amount of units that you have at any given time. So there is manpower, and then there are munitions and fuel. Now, munitions and fuel are essentially the resources used to give you those higher level, the higher level type of characters, the higher tier type of characters. Now, as we start off, we've got this basic building here, the Regimental Field Headquarters, that is automatically bound to the F key, F1. And, oh, we got an engagement going down over here. So that's automatically bound to the F1 key. And as you as you construct more buildings, then you're going to have those are bound to the F keys as well. And I'm going to actually be surrounding this guy over here, because it is a mortar strike team, and if they get the jump on me, then I'm in a lot of trouble. So I need to make sure that we have the jump on them, and that we are going to force them to retreat, which we are. That is exactly what we are about to do. In fact, I'm going to just outright kill this guy, huh? Very nice. Alright, so we're capturing a few more of those fuel points. So if you take a look at the minimap, you'll notice these little circular points here. These are standard points. They give you a little bit of fuel and a little bit of munitions. The points that are either bullets or fuel tanks, those are, as you expect, directly munitions and fuel respectively. So depending on what resource you need, depending on the type of build, you're going to want to focus on these different resources. That is the sort of thing that I don't know, because I don't really know, I don't really have a firm understanding of the different builds, or rather even all the different units within this game. I just have the really basic understanding that there are counters, and that I can look for counters on my character creation screen. Now, so far we've basically just sat with the first tier. I'm going to bring an engineering squad back next to go ahead and get the second tier of units, and I'll be doing that very shortly, but first I'm trying to get a flank on these guys. Positioning is a really big part of this game, and this is also a game that is really about it's really more about the proper management of the troops you do have than having troops in overwhelming numbers. In fact, from what I can tell, oh, these guys are screwed. Okay, we're gonna have to retreat them. From what I can tell, you're not really amassing huge forces here in this game as much as you are just, you know, trying to make sure, hey man, I've got these set troops, I need to make sure that they are properly engaging and doing the right things. I'm actually going to bring these guys. I'm sort of in a lot of trouble here. So I am just playing against a computer, but even playing against a computer, it can be pretty tough, or it just requires a lot of attention. Like, you really, really need to be focused, and it's sort of making it hard for me to do what I want to do in this video, and that is explain things to you guys, explain to you everything that's going on. That is actually quite difficult right now. Alright, so I'm going to queue up some reinforcements here, which will replenish my troops, which is what you will do once your troops get low. If you don't completely lose a battalion, you're able to bring them back here and basically just fill them up and then bring them back out into combat. Okay, so these guys are going over here, and we are capturing that victory point. So in terms of actually winning a match, it's about capturing the victory points. The more victory points you have, the faster your opponent loses. I'm actually going to upgrade the shock troops there. So what you just saw me do is there's this little whole command system where you can have these commanders, which sort of give you, I guess the good way to describe it is like passive benefits, if you will. Okay, so we need to bring those guys back because they are in a lot of trouble. And then my engineers over here, I will have them now build. I would like to build a special rifle command here. It probably would be smart of me to build the support command, but the rifle command is who I've decided to build. So we're gonna oorah over here. I like to get nice and close to these guys to finish them off since they are pretty low. So you'll notice, you know, we've got these little squads here, and you'll notice they take a lot of damage before they actually get taken out. They can definitely, you know, take a beating. And these different troops, you know, again, different strengths and weaknesses, like I mentioned. These guys right here, I've got a few different things. I can throw cocktails with them, Molotov cocktails, and I can also, oh boy, we can throw Molotov cocktails, and we can also do this oorah thing, which increases their speed. And they also have some anti-tank weaponry, which is really good if you've got some heavy tanks coming up against you or anything like that. Alright, so we're able to get that now, and I can call in the shock troops, which will be my next order of business. And these guys I need to refill, so we'll do that right there. And I'm losing pretty bad because of all the explanation that I'm trying to do to you guys, but I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you. What I'm saying is, I mean, that's a good thing, honestly. It's a testament to how much focus this game really takes to play well, even on a basic level. All right, so we're gonna bring these guys back out and over there, and then we've got some shock troops coming in. And beyond that, I would actually like to go ahead and get the support teams after that. So what you're seeing right now is a blizzard. Blizzard is the weather effect, and I believe this is something new to Company of Heroes 2. And this whole weather system, it actually plays a big role in battle, because if your troops get too cold, they will freeze to death. Yes, they will literally freeze to death. It is kind of ridiculous, but it's how that works. And I'm trying to drop some cocktails, and they are moving just in the nick of time, although they are going to lose quite a bit of troops here. So that is rocking for me. And these guys, the next thing I would like to have them do, I'm just going to have them chill over there. And we're going to bring our shock troops out here. Shock troops, I got some awesome anti-personnel grenade and a smoke grenade. You can also upgrade them to a submachine gun, which I'm doing right now. And we are capturing this point. We have this point over here. And this guy right here needs to retreat, but we can bring these other guys forward, because I want them to actually hit these guys over here. So we're going to go oorah, increase their speed. And then as soon as I find these guys, we will throw a Molotov. Oh, never mind. Let's throw a Molotov beyond them here. Yeah. Oh, are you setting up? Are they trying to set up right here? Let's throw the Molotov. This is perfect timing. There we go. Awesome. Do some extra damage to them. And since they're a mortar team, they're not really super equipped for, you know, directly close combat. You see that little thermometer? That means they're getting cold and close to freezing. That is what we don't want to happen. And the next thing I'm really worried about, though, is coming up against... Alright, these guys I want to do... Oh boy, what do I need more of? I need more fuel. I've got like no fuel here. This is a problem. Alright. Well, at least I know here. At least I know that I need more fuel. I'm gonna throw a grenade against these guys. Shock troops, do it up, please. Awesome. And then we can engage them like that. Alright, so I do need more fuel. I'm actually really close to getting it. I've got 49 out of the 50 that I need. These guys need to retreat because they were getting hit pretty hard. So yeah, as you can see, this game can really get pretty intense. It really takes a heck of a lot of focus. Now, we've talked about the different resources. We've talked about these victory points, which is how you actually win, making sure that you're capturing all these victory points. And next thing I want is support, because I do want to call in some... mortar teams, basically. So, trying to make sure we get that support out. And I've got pretty much no one on the field right now, so this is actually really bad for me. I am actually in a really, really bad position, to be honest with you. But, you know. What are you gonna do? Alright, we need to retreat these guys here. We do that with T, and I really need to try to take some of these points. So, let's go over here. Bring these guys over here. And I don't have enough resources to call in anyone else, but I need this. I need this point here. So, let's take this. I need these victory points really badly. And we can bring all of these guys out and push up over here. And then we have got those guys right there. I'm going to bring those up in one big group, which really isn't the best way to do this. So yes, anyways, quick recap. We've got the resource points. We capture those. We've got the victory points towards victory. The general combat, you know, rock, paper, scissors. So learning that is a key aspect to this game. An aspect that I don't really know anything about right now, to be honest with you. I'm gonna split these guys up here into 3 different little quadrants, and then we'll move over here to engage these guys, and we will throw an anti-personnel grenade as well as a cocktail like that, and that was perfect. Alright, and then we can engage these guys from over here and throw a cocktail at them as well. And then we are capturing those points, so not bad. Could be worse here. Could be worse, but I think that's a good overview for you guys. I think this will help give you a little bit of a general idea as to sort of what this game is about and how it's played. Like I said, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying learning the essentials of Company of Heroes. And I think it's a pretty cool game. I think it's definitely worth trying to check out the beta. Now, not too long ago, they were doing this little Facebook promotion where if you liked a certain Facebook page for Company of Heroes 2, you would actually get yourself access to the beta immediately. So I think that's something worth checking out if you are even remotely interested in sort of what you've seen me play through here, however terrible and sloppy that may have been. And again, my macro leaves something to be desired, that's for sure. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and call in some mortar teams, because I want some guys to just strike from a distance because it is hilarious. And these guys, I need to refill them right there. And yeah, pretty fun, guys. Pretty cool little game here. It's not a little game at all. I know this is a huge game that lots of people absolutely adore. And I am coming to adore it as well. I might be a Company of Heroes guy. Who knows? That might be something that I sort of identify with. It's definitely something that I could see myself continuing to enjoy, and you should expect a little bit more coverage. So once again, guys, this has been Force checking out the Company of Heroes 2 beta, and hopefully providing you guys with an adequate little introduction. I think the one major thing that I didn't show you is the engineers' abilities to... the engineers have the ability to build things on the battlefield as well. So we can build, like, So let me grab some engineers here. So we can build these munition and fuel caches on these basic standard points, which will give us additional munitions and fuel. We can also build some like offensive things like mines and barbed wire, and also fire pits for upcoming blizzards. You can build fire pits in preparation of an upcoming blizzard to try to make sure that your guys stay nice and warm during said blizzard. So I guess that's pretty much everything. All right, guys, thanks again. If you like the content, please subscribe, and as always, keep watching and keep owning. I should not be having these guys grouped up like this. This is severely dangerous. Throw munitions. Throw a cocktail. Throw a cocktail. There we go. Got a sniper over here. Do some work, sniper. Do some work. Oh man, we've got pretty much the entire map here. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Yeah, move your lazy asses.